Day 31 of 35 in 35, and today or tonight I'm going to discuss gratitude. Practicing gratitude is an absolute must. It is something that I do every single day. I feel like miracles and just amazing things can naturally flow into your life when you are grateful for what it is that you have in the present, right? So the truth is, without trying to sound, heebie-jeebie or hippy-dippy, you should be grateful for waking up every single day, because there are people that go to sleep. You deem them to be healthy. You do not expect them to pass away, but they do. They pass away in their sleep. They don't wake up. But you have been given another chance to live your life and do you for you, live in a happy state, and you're healthy. There's so much to be grateful for. So for me, I think the most important time to practice gratitude is first thing in the morning. Even if you just, it doesn't have to be a prayer, it could just be a thought in your mind. Wake up and be grateful for waking up. Being grateful for having food on your plate. So another thing about me is I am very, very passionate about traveling, and I've been to many countries around the world. I have seen the depths of poverty. We're not talking about the poverty in the UK. We're talking about people not eating for weeks on ends. That type of poverty, right? People don't have shoes on their feet, don't have a roof over their head, don't have clothes, or if they do have clothes, they're like riddled with holes. And I've seen real poverty around the world. And being grateful for even just having a roof over your head, I swear, it's so important. And the more you're grateful for your current circumstances, the quicker your life will amplify, because you are showing the universe that you are grateful for exactly where you are right now. Coming from the Western world, specifically the UK, London, there is so much to be grateful for, right? First of all, our passports. We are able to travel to so many different countries without a visa. Do you know how hard it is for a lot of people around the world to genuinely go on holiday to another country? We don't have to think twice. We are born into privilege. That is something to be grateful for. If we lose our job or we don't have a job, we are able to gain benefits from the government. That's not something that is normal, by the way. In the majority of countries, if you do not have a job, you do not eat. You do not have somewhere to live. That is just the situation. We are so privileged in the United Kingdom to be able to feed ourselves if we do not have a job. That's something to be grateful for, and if that isn't your situation, it's also very, very important to practice gratitude for the situation that you do have, right? So you've got a well-paying job, you're living your dream, you're running your own business, and you're super happy. Even if you're not happy, even if you're burnt out, be grateful for, the ability to be able to change your circumstance. You might be making a lot of money, but you feel burnt out. The fact that you can see that and you can feel that and you can identify that, okay, this is what needs to change, be grateful. There's a lot of people that would die to be in your situation, right? And I know that there's a lot of issues going on in the UK right now, especially with immigration, like mass immigration. And I know that there's, left opinions, right opinions, and every other opinion, right? But the truth of the situation is that these people are that they're willing to risk their life to lead a safer life for themselves and their families, or even if it is just for themselves, they're literally risking their lives, right? Crossing multiple countries, war-ridden countries at that, right? Be grateful that that is not your circumstance. So regardless of where your opinion lies on the mass immigration right now, whether you are left, right, or somewhere in between, right, that doesn't actually matter. Be grateful that that is not your situation, that is not your circumstance. That's not your circumstance. You know, you don't need to worry about living in a war-ridden country. You don't need to worry about any kind of torture happening to you as you're crossing through another country whilst you're trying to run from potentially dying. You know, that is not your circumstance. You are naturally blessed. So another thing to be super grateful for is where you were born, your situation, your circumstance. I am super grateful for my growth every single day. I'm grateful to be able to reflect. I'm grateful for my knowingness. I'm grateful for all of the lessons. I'm just grateful for growing every single day into the newer, more refined version of myself. Even practicing gratitude for the ability to be able to walk. Right? There are people that can't walk. There are people that can't see. There are people that can't hear. There are people that have lost limbs, right? Grateful for your health, your vitality, your fitness. You know, these things are all to be celebrated and to be grateful for. The sooner you are grateful for the things that we take for granted, and I mean sincerely grateful, you feel it, the quicker things will start to shift and you will start to see bigger things amplify in your life. So practicing gratitude really does rewire your perspective on everything. And that is the message that I'm trying to reinforce here. Practice gratitude and your whole life, including your mindset, is going to shift rapidly. That was day 31 of 35 in 35. Peace out.